So I see what I refer to as a lot of propaganda online that man should pay 100% of the bills, right? And last time I checked, the salary of the average black man between the ages of 20 and 59 is around 41,000. Uh, so if the average income, I'm not trying to laugh, if the average income of a black man is 41,000, right? How can a household with a woman and children be ran with just 41,000? I also wanted to add, um, and this is last time I checked, you can update, but only 8% of black men make over $100,000. So, and we still have the issue where black men are the last to be hired and the first to be fired. So,
Mm-hmm.
in this social economic environment, not social media in La La Land, but the
Mm-hmm.
actual realistic environment,
Mm-hmm.
right? How can the average man solely provide for a family in this time under those conditions?
He can't. He can't unless y'all just gonna be eating cat food every day. Like you can't. And I don't understand when that became a thing though. Like it just was all of a sudden, boom. My man need the if a man want to be with me, he got to pay all the bills. Ideally, that would be a beautiful thing. And there was a time before inflation and cost of living and things and $400 wigs and weaves and all of these other things, right? That he might have been able to do that, but now he can't, right? And if you do luck up and get a man that has six figures, good for you. But the average man and the average woman, you need a two income to have a lifestyle.
Right, even if you making 100K, you still need two
After
incomes.
after taxes, you only making about what 70,000,
70,
right?
yeah.
So we can't even get caught up in that whole I make six figures, right? But it's not realistic. But you know it, and I don't want to go off topic.
Good.
But it's when people who have absolutely nothing, the most ghettoest, dirtiest, ghetto birds that ain't never been out there 3 mile radius talk about a man need to pay all their bills. That's when I understood that there's a problem. And how can you, who never really been to a sit down restaurant before, say that somebody need to pay all your bills and you got 3 kids by 3 different men? Like this is when I knew it was a problem. It's being perpetuated. I know we want to talk in like real life, but social media is entwined in our real life. That's real life for people. They really buy into that. They buy into these men that are whom I call simps and panderers that are saying, yeah, my woman ain't gonna do this and do that. That man go home, his woman working too. Don't believe what you see on social media.
And realistically, like breaking it down from an economical standpoint, it's not an absolute he's able to do that for a duration of time. Maybe he's able to do that for a year. Maybe he's able to do that for 2 years. But as you know in life, things always happen. So there
Yes.
may be a period where his wife has to work, but that doesn't make him less of a man.
There was times when in my marriage when I can look at my husband and say, they call me what's her name? Raquel Rochelle from Everybody Hate Chris that be like, my man got these jobs. I don't need it. That's me, right? Because I don't want to work. But do I? Absolutely I do. And I can look at my husband. It's been times and I'm like, they hate me at work, babe. I just can't, I just don't want to do this no more. Are we okay? And he's like, go ahead, we good. And it has been times where I didn't work for 5 years. I have not worked more than I've worked in my marriage. But then when he comes to me and he like, look, either you gonna cut back on the spending on what we doing, or you gonna have to go ahead and get help me out a little bit. And I will get up and I will go and get me a job and I will work to help my family. And then, but I'll come back though, like, are we straight now? But I don't look at him the less than a man though. You know what I'm saying? If he that's my job, I'ma help me.
I think that with marriages, first of all, we have too many people who haven't been married speaking about marriage. So that's like the first and
Yeah.
biggest problem, right? They don't understand the dynamics of
Yeah.
a sustainable, healthy marriage. The next thing is that I approach marriage like I played basketball. I approach it with the same team concept. I do what's needed. So it's not necessarily a specific role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things fluctuate. There's some times where I have to do majority of the cooking and majority of the cleaning. There are other
Mm-hmm.
times it's vice versa, but I do what's needed for the ship to work.
Yes.
I don't think people have that approach. They have these
No.
ideas about what they're supposed to do, and they're not deviating from that idea. And that's not how teams work.
No. You have women who want their men to pay everything and they still stay home, but they still don't want to cook. They want to have a housekeeper. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's never ending. This goes back to my point that women don't know what you want. You say that you want to be stay at home and have your man, your husband take care of everything, but then you don't want to cook.